What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with another, and probably my final for a little bit, director top 5. This week, I'm going over a director. No one recommended this one to me. This was not a request. I got a lot of the ones I did recently were like requests, but this is just a director has made a number of movies that I really enjoyed. His name is Edward Zwick. Now, I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite from him. But before I do, if you would please consider subscribing to the channels. Make sure you have the bell icon clicked. That way you get notified every time new videos drop. Give me a thumbs up down below. And if you would leave me a comment, what are your top 5 Edward Zwick movies? If you're not sure who he is, go to his IMDb. Look up his filmography. I bet you have seen, or maybe after I go over some of these, you'll become a little bit more familiar with him. But anyway, underrated director in my opinion. I really like a lot of his movies, and so these are my top 5 favorites. Honorable mention to both The Siege and Courage Under Fire. I enjoy those movies, but they just didn't quite make my list. So number 5, and this is the one that's like most different from most of the other movies he's done. This is a movie, came out, 2010? Somewhere around there. It's going to be Love and Other Drugs. This is with Anne Hathaway, Jake Gyllenhaal. I know everybody knows this movie. Anne Hathaway gets naked in it. Besides that, I like this movie a lot. It's got a cool 90s setting. So it's set in the 90s. You get a good 90s soundtrack in there. Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway have really good chemistry in my opinion. You also have Josh Gad as a side character, as his brother, who's funny. And it is, it's kind of a romantic comedy, but it's R-rated. So it's a little edgier than your typical like PG-13 rom-com. It also goes a little bit more into the romance, a little more dramatic than most of like there's humor, but it's not a typical rom-com, but I guess it falls under that genre. So I really enjoy that movie. It's like a rom-com with a little extra dramatic elements to it. All right, now the rest of these are all kind of like in the same ballpark of what I like, what he does. My number 4 is going to be a movie called Defiance. Stars Daniel Craig and Liev Schreiber, Jamie Bell. This is set during World War II, based on the incredible true story. Some brothers, they are Jewish, and it follows them through World War II. It's kind of an action. There's action in it. It's a war film, but it's not like it's more story driven than action driven. So if you've never seen Defiance, I highly recommend it. It's one of those that doesn't get talked about much when you're talking about like World War II films or anything like that, but I think it's very good and it has a very good cast and it's a really good flick. So that's going to be my number 4. Number 3. Now this one, I know everybody's seen this one, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go with The Last Samurai. Tom Cruise as the White Last Samurai. That's him. Yeah, Last Samurai. This was the movie that put Ken Watanabe on the map. Of course, it was like the first time I saw him, at least here. Really good movie. Another one, historical, epic, with action and a love story and everything. It's got everything in it. It's got a little bit of everything. 2.5 hours, nice runtime, great scenery, great storyline, good performance from Tom Cruise. So if you've not haven't seen The Last Samurai, definitely check it out. And now my top 2. Now my top 2 have been my top 2 from him always. I don't know. I just don't think he hasn't made a movie in a few years, and I didn't see his last one, so I'm not even sure if it's good. But Jack Reacher 2 was the last movie I saw that he did. I don't think he's going to be putting out any movies like this anymore. My number 2 is Blood Diamond, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, Djimon Hounsou. I love this movie. It is so good. DiCaprio's performance is great. His African accent is pretty good. Honestly. And, the story with him and Jennifer Connelly is engaging. The story with Djimon Hounsou, this is probably my favorite movie with him in it. He's intense, and you really feel for his character, what he has to go through. This movie is great. And another one that I think is underrated, like Blood Diamond doesn't really get talked about that much, and it is a fantastic film. And my number 1 is going to be Glory. Of course, Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Cary Elwes, just one of the best war films ever made, in my opinion. And this is set during the Civil War. So this is just the American Civil War. Matthew Broderick's actually good in it, but he's like the least good of the main actors, and he's still really good. But Denzel Washington, Academy Award for this movie. Absolutely fantastic. The storyline is important, and it's still even relevant to this day. Something that should be viewed. I saw this in high school, and I'm perfectly fine if they kept showing this like in history class throughout time, because it is a great film. So those are my top 5 Edward Zwick films, Love and Other Drugs, Defiance, The Last Samurai, Blood Diamond, and Glory. I would recommend all of these. If you haven't seen one or two of them or all of them, definitely check him out. He's an underrated director, and I wish more people talked about his movies more often. So that is my last director's top 5, at least for a little while. And if you do have any suggestions for someone I didn't cover and you'd like me to, do leave it in the comments. And then maybe when I pick them back up down the line, I will go ahead and take one of your suggestions. But until then, take it easy.